Hello and welcome to this hypnotic experience. I'm hypnotist Dr. Richard Nongard, and in the next 40 minutes or so, you are going to accomplish your goal of losing weight by learning hypnosis. Hypnosis is a learning tool that can teach you how to control your response to hunger, reframe your beliefs about food, your beliefs about exercise, and even your beliefs about time management to help you lose weight by producing a physical response to what are called hypnotic suggestions. At no time during this session will you be asleep. Rather, you will be deeply relaxed. And this is the resource state where subconscious learning can take place and can help you to shift into new habits that break the old unhealthy habits and produce lasting change. Certainly, a part of what causes obesity may be underlying biological factors that predispose one person to weight gain but not another. But because hypnosis produces a physical response as well as an emotional response, you will be able to use what you learn in this session to actually drop the pounds that have held you back from accomplishing your goals. Hypnosis works because it is multisensorial. What that means is that in addition to hearing my words and the embedded subliminal suggestions and the music that has been tuned specifically to create deep resource states of hypnosis, I will also be sharing cinematographic imagery. You will be creating images in your own mind that will help you to achieve your goals. Everything that exists today, whatever it is, a shoe, a clock, car, a rug, no matter what you can think of, it had to be an idea first. And by using visualization in hypnosis, you will be able to step into a new chapter of life where you can achieve your healthiest weight. When we think something, we are literally creating something. This is the power of hypnosis. There is an old saying that what the mind can conceive, the body can achieve. Fortunately, though, this is much more than just an old saying. The research actually supports hypnosis as a tool for lasting change. In one research study published in the Journal of Consulting and Clinical Psychology, it was discovered that hypnosis actually helped people avoid regaining weight after they had lost it. In another study published just last year in the Internal Medicine Journal, all of those who were participating in a hypnotic approach to weight loss either lost their desired weight or were on track by the end of the study to reach their goals. Now, of course, every person is different, and your success will be largely determined by your choice to act in the suggestions that are given and your own motivation level to make lasting change. Fortunately, this hypnosis session will focus specifically on helping you to increase your motivation and activity level. This session not only uses cinematic video and embedded audio suggestions designed to create a physical response to weight loss, but it also addresses each of the other senses. In weight loss, both the sense of smell and the sense of taste are very important. The foods you eat are largely a matter of preference, and those preferences are governed by our senses of smell and taste, and even our feeling of touch, which is often represented by our preference or dislike for the texture of certain foods. You might wonder, how can a hypnosis session impact taste and smell or even touch? One way is to draw upon the creative part of the mind during the process of hypnosis. Let's take for a moment the sense of smell. Smell these crayons. That's right, smell this picture. Take in a whiff and smell this picture of crayons. Do you smell the crayons? Pretty amazing, isn't it? By telling your mind to activate the sense of smell, even though there are no actual crayons in this room, you know exactly what this pile of crayons smells like. Perhaps right now you are literally smelling them, or perhaps it is a constructed awareness of what crayons smell like. But there's no ambiguity here. You know right now exactly what these crayons smell like. We can even do the same thing with a picture of a hot cinnamon roll. Right now, breathe it in. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Just a moment ago you were smelling crayons, and now the fresh scent of a hot cinnamon roll is something you're aware of. And now comes the question, what do you associate with the scent of a cinnamon roll? If you are like me, you associate it with the ubiquitous cinnamon roll shop in every airport. And for me, cinnamon rolls are associated with stress response, since air travel is usually pretty stressful. For you, it might be the same awareness, or even something entirely different. The scent of a grandmother's kitchen serving comfort food with a side order of love. The research on scent is interesting. The sense of smell is linked to memory more so than any other sense. And the foods that we choose to eat either motivates us towards or away from something, including our emotions. If you want to end emotional eating or break automatic habits, hypnosis is a great tool because it directly addresses these relational frames that are often embedded in our subconscious mind. Obviously, when it comes to weight loss, taste is very important. You have preferences, perhaps salty or sweet, something smoky, or tangy food or aromatic food, or really any other descriptor that you can think of. But we know something important about weight loss. We know that taste preferences are largely a function of acquired taste. If you prefer pasta and breads, foods that contain high calorie counts without much nutrition, or if you prefer simple carbohydrates like donuts and candy bars, those are largely learned preferences. In fact, the only thing we're actually born with a preference for, or a taste for, are mother's milk and water. Every other taste that we have, coffee, orange juice, Kool-Aid, beer, Twinkies, pasta, salads, cheeseburgers, things that are healthy or unhealthy, these are all learned or acquired tastes. Hypnosis is more than relaxation. It's a way of programming our learned preferences and activating new preferences. In our mouth, we have about 10,000 taste buds, and these are replaced about once every 2 weeks. By helping you develop new habits and sustaining this for a couple of weeks, hypnosis is literally the tool for retraining your new taste buds to enjoy new choices. What are these new choices? Ideally, more nutrient-dense foods. We know that a calorie is a measure of energy, specifically the energy needed to create weight or to burn fat. 3,500 calories are about enough energy to gain 1 pound or to lose 1 pound. So how many calories you take in is important. And how much activity you do to burn the calories that you've consumed is also important. But what is in the calorie is actually just as important. Some foods are more valuable than others. 500 calories in a jelly donut are empty calories. They add weight without improving health or without providing nutrition. And more importantly, because your body craves nutrition, and those empty calories had no nutrition, even when you eat the donut, your body still screams out, "I am hungry." But 500 calories of nutritionally dense food can be used by the body to improve health. And because these calories are being used, they don't result in the same type of weight being gained. You've probably tried weight loss pills of one type or another, and many of them promise to reduce hunger or cravings. But the easiest way to do this is not with a pill, but by eating nutritionally dense foods, because they literally talk to the body and tell the body that it is satisfied, and the body has no more cravings. In this session, you'll be coached through a process of adding food to your diet rather than eliminating food from your diet. Hypnosis is not about going on a diet and eating less. But when we add nutritionally dense foods, you will naturally begin to avoid those that are less useful, and the result is rapid weight loss and a change in your preferences. I want to show you another picture before we begin. It's a beautiful picture, isn't it? Study the picture for a moment and Do you notice anything odd about this picture? Really study it. See if you can figure it out. The answer, of course, is that you are looking at this picture upside down. The bottom is the top, and the top is the bottom. The bottom is a reflection of the top, and the picture is inverted. In this session, we are going to invert those things that have held you back from releasing weight, and we're going to create lasting change. And for millions of people who have successfully used hypnosis to lose weight, that change can be permanent. Through hypnosis, we will invert preferences. We will invert stagnation and create motivation. We will invert emotional eating patterns. Most of all, we will invert the numbers on the scale. Here's a question for you. Are you really ready to lose weight? Are you ready to start anew and to use hypnosis to step into a new chapter of life? Do you want to begin increasing your daily activity and create a new pattern in your food choices? If you're truly ready, then let's begin. To begin this session, make sure that you have closed out any computer windows that might try to get your attention, and any chat boxes that are open, and perhaps silence your phone. This is your time to learn, to create and experience hypnosis, and your best results will come by giving it your undivided attention. As you relax in the chair where you sit, scan your body for any obvious areas of tension that it is holding, and let any place where you notice that you are carrying the tension of the day become relaxed. Take in a breath and just be present in this moment. You have committed to a new beginning, and this moment marks that path. You can congratulate yourself for this. It is a big step, but it is a step forward. And as you relax into this moment, it is as if you have released the weight of your weight problems and are already feeling a sense of hope. Right now, the image that you are seeing is the vibrant light of a new day. The sun has long been a representation of change, of wellness and vibrancy, and in this moment, as you enjoy the image of the warm and relaxing rays of the sun, begin your transformation and close your eyes. Imagine you are outside in a perfect place on a perfect day, enjoying the vibrancy of the daytime sun, the warmth that it brings to your face and skin, and with your creative mind's eye, study the glistening rays of white light and the glimmers of gold in the light of this sun, and marvel on its healing presence. Perhaps noticing blue sky behind the sun, and imagining some puffy white clouds just leisurely and lazily floating towards the horizon. And breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. With each breath, relaxing further and letting go of any cares or concerns over yesterday or any fears of the future. You are doing perfect, paying attention to each word and this process where we can activate your greatest level of potential, creating congruence between your conscious actions in the moment and your subconscious desires to be your very best. Using the creative part of your mind, continue to feel the warmth of the sun, to absorb its radiant glow and to let go absolutely in this moment of anything, either known or unknown, that has held you back. As you notice your breath, which has effortlessly become smooth and rhythmic during this relaxation, and noticing your heart rate, which has become calm and regular, just breathe in relaxation and clarity and focus and hope. And when you exhale any remaining tension, releasing with the muscles in your body any remaining tension, being loose and limp from head to toe. There are over 200 little tiny muscles in the face, and relax the brow and the muscles around the eyes, and even the little muscles of the eyelids. You may have heard a Hollywood hypnotist say, "Your eyes are getting sleepy." And this is, of course, because as we relax, we know with the conscious mind that we could open the eyes if we wanted to, but it feels so good to keep them closed, like we do in nighttime sleep, that it's just easier to relax them further and allow them to remain closed. As you relax, say to yourself, "My body is warm. My body is warm. My body is warm." And let yourself feel the relaxing warmth of the sunlight as you experience hypnosis. Of course, your mind may be thinking, and you may wonder if you can really go into hypnosis if your mind is still thinking. But just like a fish swims in water, yet does not know it is surrounded by water, people swim in their thoughts. And so it's normal for your mind to drift or wander or think during this experience. In fact, this is good. It means you are of creative mind. And so rather than following those thoughts, just let them exist, paying no attention to them and choosing to be undistracted by them. And when you notice a thought, or a feeling, or a sensation, just use it as a cue to bring your awareness back to the breath and to this moment. During this session, you may pay attention to every word I use, remaining in a light level of trance and closely following the process that I use. Or you may find that rather than paying attention to each and every word, you pay attention to every third word or fifth word or seventh word, experiencing the process of hypnosis rather than paying attention to it. And either way is fine. This is your time to learn and restore, and to experience hypnosis in any way that's most beneficial to you. And so unclench the jaw. Drop your shoulders if they're holding any tension, and let the experience of deep relaxation flow through every part of your body. It is as if the healing white light of the sun has energized you with a focused calm, and brought the warmth of its relaxing ways to every cell in the body, from the back to the belly, to the buttocks and thighs, from the shoulders and arms, and even into the lower legs, and the feet, and even the little muscles of the toes. With each number and each breath, relax a bit further with the body, but let your mind focus on the affirmations I state, repeating it either in your own mind or with your voice. 3. I am warm. I am warm. I am warm. 2. I am present. I am present. I am present. And be fully present in this hypnosis session. 1. I am calm. I am calm. I am calm. 0. I am deeply relaxed. I am deeply relaxed. I am deeply relaxed. Hypnosis is not a state of sleep. It is a state of openness to new ideas, and a way to replace old patterns with new actions. As you continue to feel your very best in this moment, listen to the inner voice that you have that is encouraging you in this moment. I know that for some time you've wanted to break through to a new chapter of life, and that you've tried other methods of creating lasting change. And in this moment, you can listen to that inner wisdom, acting on the intuition that you have, and knowing that lasting change is already being made. Remember when we started this hypnosis session and you felt the warm sun and created the image of a perfect day? Bring yourself back to that starting point, aware of the radiance of the sun and the warmth that it brings. Perhaps that place that you created is one that you have been to before, or one that you would like to go to, or perhaps it's a place that only exists in your creative mind. But imagine that this place surrounds you now, and breathe in, noticing the smell of the fresh, clean air and the aroma of life, and the lush green plants that purify our world, and notice how wonderful it feels to create with the mind. Of course, as easily as we can create a vibrant visualization, or even become aware of the taste of fresh air, we can become aware of the taste of success and create any resource state that is valuable to us. And hypnosis is about creation and activation. In the previous few minutes, you've created an experience. Notice how you feel now, deeply relaxed into this moment. It is not something that I've created with my voice, but something that you've created during this process. What this means is that as easily as you've created these wonderful feelings here, you can create them anywhere and at any time that they'll be of value to you. And so when our session ends, it will really be the beginning of you activating at every level a new success. But we are a long way from ending our session. There's still much more to accomplish. So allow yourself to experience a deeper resource state of hypnosis, with each number and each breath allowing yourself to relax even further. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All the way down now, completely relaxed. Hypnosis feels pretty good, doesn't it? It feels wonderful to relax into this moment and to create this resource state. Before we go any further, open your eyes for a moment. Have you ever heard the poem that says, "All that is gold does not glitter. Not all those who wander are lost. The old that is strong does not wither. Deep roots are not reached by the frost. From the ashes a fire shall be woken. A light from the shadows shall spring. Renewed shall be blade that was broken. The crownless again shall be king." Now close your eyes again. When I think of the many people who have lost weight forever through hypnosis, and I think about this poem, I really want to take the liberty to add a couple of lines. All who are heavy Do not give up, and all who are heavy are not defeated. What is it that you think about when you hear the words of this poem? What does it mean to you? When I think about the line, "From the ashes a fire shall be woken," I am often reminded that a part of us that is healthy, a part of us that is thin, and a part of us that is hopeful can be woken again and ignite a passion inside for both health and wellness and an ideal weight. Many people feel like the real them is trapped inside of a fat body. And even though perhaps only a spark of confidence remains, this spark is enough to change everything. See yourself now as you know you will be tomorrow, a pound lighter. And a week from now, or 10 days from now, 2 or 3 or 4 pounds lighter. And a month from now, 8 or 9 or 10 pounds lighter. And even a year from now, having released all of the weight that has held you back, and having ignited a passion for wellness, eating healthy, and daily activity that remains over a year and in and out of weeks, and through a day and into the time of this hypnosis session. There are many ways that people ignite a new passion for a new way of living. One, of course, is to simply try new foods. The healthiest, most nutrient-dense foods that you have ever tried. Perhaps a new fruit or a new vegetable, or even a new way of preparing one of your existing favorite meals. In the past, your old habits may have been your first response, but from this point forward, new methods of cooking and new patterns of eating will be those which you intuitively know can be healthiest for you. Intuition is powerful. Your body is its own inner voice. And listen to your body, and trust your body, and make those choices consistently that are best for your body. There was a recent study that concluded that people who simply restricted their feeding times to a 12-hour window of time, say for example 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., reduced their body weight by up to 4%, simply by listening to the body and not eating late. Our bodies speak to us when we choose to eat later at night. Sometimes it speaks with discomfort or heartburn or other symptoms that distress us. And giving your body at least 12 hours to go through the digestive process each day renews us like good sleep, and is one of the ways of acting on the intuition that we have. Let yourself drift now to an even deeper resource state of hypnosis. With each number and each breath, relaxing a bit further again. 5, 4, 3, all the way down now. 2, 1, 0. What is your daily activity? Even if to this point health-related issues have hindered your daily exercise, I've never met anyone yet who is unable to do some form of increased activity. The health club where I work out is affiliated with a rehabilitation hospital, and there is one piece of exercise equipment that has always captivated my attention. It's a simple set of bicycle pedals mounted right at the eye level of a wheelchair. It's used by paraplegic clients so that they can exercise their arms, increasing their heart rate and get an aerobic workout within their physical limitations. How can you increase your daily activity? And what action can you add to each day? Perhaps something similar as a starting point, a short walk at the beginning or the end of the day, or perhaps something even more challenging like an exercise class or an exercise video, or even just adding solitary exercise routines at the health club, or even in your own home. Old habits like looking for the closest parking spot, riding the elevator in a building, or even driving a short distance are currently being replaced with new ideas and new behaviors to help you increase your daily activity. Without a doubt, you'll relish any opportunity to choose the furthest parking spot, knowing that you not only get more steps each day out of it, but that your car will have less door dings as a result. As important as changing your eating patterns and habits are, your inner voice is also telling you to be more active each day, to activate that spark within that will ignite your new pathway to permanent weight loss. Have you heard the term mindfulness? The idea of mindfulness is about staying in this moment, neither regretting yesterday nor projecting fear into the future or the unknown, and accepting our bodies exactly as they are in exactly this moment. Hunger does not necessarily mean that it's time to eat, and it is not something that must be requited. Sometimes hunger just means that our bodies are doing what bodies are supposed to do, going through a digestive pattern that includes both eating and fasting periods, and that everything is simply working as it should. Set aside the old idea that hunger is bad, or that hunger is intolerable, and see it now as it really is in this moment. Just a part of what we experience each and every day as our bodies do exactly what our bodies are supposed to do. The result is that eating can now be a meditation for you, where you can mindfully enjoy the flavors, the textures, the aromas and tastes of food, slowing down your eating and taking twice as long to eat any meal as you have in the past, and then finishing, and letting your body experience that which the body was designed to experience. I'm sure that it will be intuitive to listen to your body, knowing exactly how much to eat, and finding it easy to stop when your body has told you that its needs have been met. People who lose weight are people who also develop something counterintuitive in our current culture, the idea of moderation. One way to reduce calories is to reduce the portions that we eat. One helpful guide is that a portion should be about the size of the back of your fist. And so a portion of protein, a portion of vegetables, a portion of anything can be about this size. And so, since restaurants try to prove their value by overfeeding us, anytime you are in a restaurant and order a meal, your new pattern will be to ask for a go box when your order is delivered, immediately cutting your portion in half and taking half of that meal home for tomorrow's meal. And of course, when at a buffet, a potluck, or a shared plate dinner, you'll no longer look at it as an opportunity to eat all that you can, but instead as an opportunity to make 2 or 3 healthy meal choices in the correct portion. Which of these ideas are you going to implement first? Which of these ideas excite you most? When you think of the results, seeing yourself thinner. Not only thinner, but more vibrant and healthier and filled with a renewed passion for success. The new you is not something that you must wait for. The new you is here in this chair, in this space, right now. Ready to take action on each and every one of these ideas. In fact, you'll probably find that each and every day, in each and every way, you'll take new action. Walking more today than yesterday and more tomorrow than today. And increasing your steps each day, excited about the new chapter of life that you've already opened with this hypnosis session. Author Isaac Dinesen once wrote, "The cure for anything is salt water, sweat, tears, or the sea." Of course, increasing activity brings sweat. I've heard it said that the best medicine for lowering blood pressure is sweat. So by increasing your activity, you're decreasing your weight and loving your heart. And of course, there's something calming and peaceful about the sea and water. But tears should not be overlooked. Right now, the emotions of commitment and energy and hope have been themes throughout this hypnosis session. But now it's time to leave anything known or unknown that has stood in your way of success, and to release those emotions now and forevermore. Over the next few days and weeks, become comfortable with tears, and letting yourself release anything in your past from the messages others may have given you that you have believed, and recognize that letting go of either the expectations or entrapments of others can set that spark inside of you free. And tears may be part of that process. This session has been your beginning, and it feels pretty good, doesn't it? Even if there are some tears, tears of joy and tears of hope, and tears that release anything known or unknown keeping us from success. But of course, this session is just the marker for the best part of your life. The part where you adopt the authentic you, the healthy you, and the part of you that is succeeding. Tomorrow, when you weigh yourself, don't be surprised to find that you're 1 pound lighter, and that each and every day you make progress towards your goals. Perhaps a pound or 2, or a pound or 3 or 4, each and every week until you reach your goal. You may have waited in life to release the extra weight, finding that the weight you have waited to release is the easiest to let go. And from this point forward, you no longer have to wait to lose weight, finding that now is the time that you have waited for to manifest your ideal weight. Over the next few days, utilize this session at any time you find that it would be valuable to you to review the contents of this hypnosis session. But the good news here is that this session doesn't really mark a conclusion of anything, but rather the beginning of that new chapter of life. This resource state, this state of commitment, this state of calm, this state of encouragement is not something that I've created with my words, but something that you've created by following this process. And anytime and in any place, should you find that it would be beneficial for you to return back to this moment and this feeling that you've created, simply find a comfortable place where you can relax for a few minutes, whether it's a chair or on a walk, someplace at home or someplace at work. Make the decision to breathe in relaxation and to exhale anything known or unknown that has been holding you back from success. And in that breath that marks that moment, be fully present and allow yourself to access the emotional and the mental commitments and feelings that you've created during this session. Now it is time to return your attention from my voice in this recording to the room around you. And so, pay attention to the way your body feels right now. Perhaps a sense of lightness brought about by the healing white light of the sun. Or a lightness from releasing those things known or unknown which have been holding you back, and enjoy this feeling that you've created. In a moment, I'm going to count to 3. And when I do, allow yourself to return fully back to an awareness of this room and this day, paying attention to the seat below you, to the next breath that you take. 1. Breathing in an energizing breath that fills your lungs with oxygen and brings oxygen and vibrancy and life to every cell of the body. Getting ready in a moment to open the eyes, but to open the eyes into a new chapter of life, one filled with radiance and warmth and success and empowerment. And 3, opening the eyes, stretching out any muscles that need to be stretched, feeling absolutely fantastic and ready for the rest of the day.